I don't really want to be that guy that actually complains about some things not making sense because it has been mentioned very lately. I am not. Sorry. I try to write a book on my free time, and I realize is how impossible it is to keep everything you write into your head and everything other information ever, and which is why I'm always so jealous about other authors who seemingly has a very good way to do this. And Uda, he has always had a moment where he has an arc of stories coming together. That has been one of One Piece's strongest suits. And even, yes, not even Hiromashima, I believe, can actually meld that together, because that's just how one creator is. But it also means that creates a very high stakes in situations that when an author suddenly pulls out something like this, it just does not make sense to me because it has never been mentioned ever before that it has been this important. So yes, this is me, the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, although I technically only review Eden Zero nowadays. I still does occasionally review these mangas. So this is One Piece chapter 1017 of it all. First off, Buggy, the annoying Buggy in, well, a new suit with a monkey. Not important. Either way, Tama begins to address, even though she is very nervous, she begins to address it all. It also reveals that there's not really any one-on-one fights between everyone else, because, well, the Beast Pirates are just that cowardly, and the gifters all aid of it all. However, this is also probably to, well, this is also probably to just show that this is not a fair fight, and this is a crew of ruthless people. So of course they're going to do what they do. With encouragement from Usopp and Nami, she finally speaks out to everything else, where she orders everyone, including the gifters that she has already fed her dango to, as well as someone else, to just to fight by their side because they're gonna take down Kaido. Also, Luffy is seen to be winning, and saved, and the Heart Pirates are, well, pumping out water from him in a pretty comical fashion. We also see Momonosuke, of course, crying over Kinemon and Kiku, still apparently in the sky. We don't know what they are, but I guess maybe Shinobu has used her glider or whatever. So this says to take down Kaido, and Tama says that. And with those commands, the gifters that have eaten the dango that Speed and someone else's fed finally start to affect. They start to shake, which seems to suggest that they're actually trying to resist. But now they do not, and eventually they all turn against the remainders of those gifters that probably has not been fed the dango, and even decides to turn against the other commanders. We even see Hamlet and Poker doing that. Seems that Poker can use his snake skins to kick of it all. And, well, yeah, so the tide of being unfairly being overpowered is finally clinched off, as so many gifters have now turned against that side, meaning that now it can truly be a one-on-one fight against the true dangerous members of the Beast Pirates, the commanders. Of course, CP0 hears this, and they are actually very affected by this as well. Well, we don't really know what is going to happen now. It's still not exactly explained how long Tama's devil fruit seems to be effect in these smile uses. It seems to be permanent. And I know what you want me to say. I want you to make me say that's a broken fruit. But if you think about it, no, it's not a broken fruit. All it does is tame animals. It's just that that animals can be a pretty powerful workforce if they are very big. Hey, if you know what, if if that annoying Shiki would appear with his animal buddies and his animal mutants, that just like that movie Strong World, then shouldn't Tama just stop them by feeding her Kibidango, because those are animals as well? That would be an excellent way to bring her back into the story. But since everyone says to me that the strong world is not canon, if you ask me, I wish that movie was canon, only so that we do not have to deal with another super annoyance like Shiki. And I'm not saying that Shiki, the Golden Lion, was a bad character. I'm saying it's annoying because I just want the story to move to its end. The more we get these antagonists that seems to pop out of nowhere, even though Shiki has been foreshadowed to become a little bit more important now thanks to Rocks and everything else, it will only push the story even more slowly. It needs to speed up a little bit. Of course, Queen gets angry and tries to kill Tama. Maybe that is the only way to, well, stop Tama's devil fruit. Maybe her death is the only thing that frees those Dayton. But Sanji kicks it at all as he calls him Judge's son. Of course, Sanji still doesn't like that. But Queen finally officially enters his hybrid form, proving that now he's going to take this fight seriously. When a Su user always enters the hybrid form, they are always serious. How can we describe his hybrid form? Well, we also learn that the team he was part of was called Mads, at least according to this translation. Is that meant to explain that Judge, Queen, and Vegapunk were all part of the same team, Mads? Long time ago, and we don't learn anything about it. However, Queen is in a way a master cyborg. He has built so many things inside of himself. They're not so apparent until he shows them. I mean, yes, we didn't know he was a cyborg until he really showed these things, but damn, in this form, he really does show that the amount of things he can do is kind of impressive, even though he is an annoying character. Case in point, he has a long tail in his hybrid form, only this time the tail is splitting it apart just the same way as his neck used to be, and now as a claw. His armor and gauntlet that we have seen not doing anything, not even when he entered his normal dinosaur form, is now also a bigger claw. He has spikes, it seems, coming out from his back, aching to these dinosaur scales the dinosaur was said to have. And for some strange reason, even a claw coming off from his long hairdo. Oh, and I forgot to mention that he's actually holding his saber now. And yes, his neck has actually shrunk. It's still, well, no, it's not long, but it's still a neck. So, but it's anything, its tail is longer. So, yeah, and everyone panics. So, of course, they shouldn't panic. Well, they should panic because it's Oda and he hates Sanji. So, Sanji's not going to win this fight because Oda hates Sanji. But it's still a pretty, well, moment where Queen is taking this fight seriously, perhaps. Which also implies that at least this fight can finally start. Also, we see Chopper and the true side effect of, the drug. Something we did not see from the Big Mom arc, Granted, that may actually have been implying that he didn't really use this Rumble Ball until it was over. Or it also implies that this side effect is actually not permanent either. But it seems that the extreme side effect of a 30-minute long monster point is not severe exhaustion or even inner pain. No, it is Chopper shrinking down to a size of a baby while talking like an old man, called Baby Gramps Chopper or something like Chopper Gigi or something like that. It's adorable, annoying, and weird at the same time. And what's even more of the fact is that it actually reveals that the mink doctors, Miyagi and Tristan, actually has a miracle medicine. A medicine that can cure Zoro immediately. However, of course, it always has to be the heroes that suffer such a thing. It actually turns out that once the medicine ends, then Zoro will suffer twice as much damage as he's already taken. Why? Can't there just be a miracle for the good guys already? It's never a miracle to the good guys, only the bad guys. It's annoying. Of course, Zoro don't care. Just let him take it because he needs to fight. I actually thought it was going to heal pretty quickly with Chopper's knowledge, but now we're going to use a miracle medicine that is also very dangerous. And now Zoro is going to suffer twice as much pain. Well, if you think about it, he should be able to handle that, right? He took a hit from ores and many things more, then took all of Luffy's pain where he was supposed to die, and he still survived. And he managed to block temporarily an attack from 2 Yonkos, even though he suffered many broken bones. So, yeah, twice the pain is back to 4 times the Yonko damage, plus maybe all the other damage he's going to take from fighting a commander. But there's still worth noting, right, that Zoro should survive, right? He is Zoro. Still annoying, though. So who's back on who's fight? We actually learn a little bit of his history. We actually see some kind of unexpected things about who's who. It actually turns out that he is a Rokushiki user of Shigan, Zoro, and Rokushiki, as well as many things more, including Tekkai. As it turns out that once upon a time, Who's Who was more than just a pirate captain. Nah, he actually was a member of CP9, a genius among geniuses, equal to the same level of Rob Lucci. And do you see the irony here? The irony is that just like Lucci, Who's Who has eaten a cat devil fruit. Only his is an ancient zone, so it's technically stronger than Lucci's. And he also enters his hybrid form, and he looks practically the same as Lucci's hybrid form. He gets bigger, he has fatter upper body, he has claws, even his very long flowing hair, which also Lucci had is there. The only difference is that from the color scheme, it's revealed that Who's Who has pink hair. So I guess it makes him more dramatic, but this ancient Zoan Sabertooth hybrid form, I mean, it is a cat family, so of course it would look similar to the cat family's fruit, but it just makes a perfect archetype that, yeah, this is basically Rob Lucci 2.0. And it actually turns out that, so why is a former member of the CP9 Zero a pirate captain? Well, we don't learn that. In a way. We learn that once upon a time he was a genius, and yes, he can also fire Shigan from his fangs as well, which makes him even deadlier. But it actually turns out that the reason why he's a pirate captain, we can assume, is that he was once imprisoned. Judging from Jinbei's dialogue, it seems that he fled from prison 2 years ago. And from that dialogue alone, we may actually be implying that he was one of the prisoners in level 5 all those times when Luffy freed all those prisoners, perhaps implying that he hasn't been a pirate captain for very long and still climbed the ladder very quickly with that ladder of strength. At least that's how I can assume it's to be. It is also revealed that the reason why he has a grudge to pick against Jinbei is not against Jinbei, it's against Luffy, because Luffy is an eternal reminder of his greatest shame. Which brings the biggest surprise of all, which is also the most annoying surprise of all. It actually turns out that the reason that Who's Who was dishonorably discharged was because he failed a simple mission. A mission on which a young pirate took a vessel that he was guarding, a vessel that contained a devil fruit. That pirate crew may very well have been the young red-haired pirates. They defeated Who's Who and took the thing. And the government was so severe on Who's Who that they threw him in prison? Damn, that's harsh. Yes, because he lost a cargo of a devil fruit. So what was that devil fruit? Well, that devil fruit was none other than the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which Luffy has eaten, which he ate when he accidentally took it from Shanks' treasure thing. So connecting the dots, it may be something like this. Who's Who was a CP9 agent, tasked to deliver and guard a devil fruit, which was the Gomu Gomu no Mi, to the government. The red-haired pirates ran into him, attacked him, defeated him, took that fruit, then met Luffy's village, Luffy ate it, and he got the fruit. And Who's Who was just thrown into prison because he failed that mission. I mean, the CP90 is not even supposed to exist, so I guess that was easy to throw him in prison. But just from failing to protect get delivered that devil fruit, and he was thrown into jail. Government, that is harsh. But that's not the annoying part. The annoying part is, are you now gonna tell us that the devil fruit, the Gomu Gomu no Mi, is actually more valuable than we thought, Oda? I mean, that has been a very, very, very long theory that the Gomu Gomu no Mi must have been eaten by someone else. I mean, we saw the one in flashback. Yes, it's apparent. I mean, I didn't like when Luffy once said that he didn't want anyone else to eat Ace's Mera Mera no Mi, because I felt that was selfish. When someone dies, it's not a memento of that devil fruit. It is free for anyone else to grab, and that is clearly what has been happening to a lot of devil fruits over the years. My point is that for some reason, the government wanted this devil fruit, and that has never been brought up in the story until now. No government have actually said that it's Luffy, the man who ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi. No one has even been commenting on the devil fruit. Oda, you made a serious mistake. You should have dropped the small hints every now and again, and only now do we find out that the Gomu Gomu no Mi actually was something very precious? Or are you implying that the government just wants every single devil fruit as much as possible? Because yes, devil fruit is not that common apparently, but it's clear that the government has devil fruits. So maybe this is a story of not that the Gomu Gomu no Mi was special. It was just more that it was a devil fruit that could have become very valuable to them, because again, they were willing to buy the Ope Ope no Mi from Dia's battle. Did that mean that they knew how effective the Ope Ope no Mi was? They knew of the youth surgery, or just because they wanted another powerful devil fruit in their cargo? It could very well be that the government has just been have a habit of collecting devil fruits. Or, given extremely popular theories, it may be very possible that the Gomu Gomu no Mi was once eaten by someone from the distant past. Now, the most popular theory, of course, have always been Roger. But he has never shown us having a devil fruit. He didn't even show it in the autumn flashback. Maybe because that would have been too apparent, So here's my theory. If it really have been eaten by a previous one, I think actually Rox D. Sebek ate that fruit, because that would really bring the government's eyes to it all. It's just one thing that talks against that, and that is, why is none of the Jonko commenting about that? They should have known if that was the case. But it could also explain why many Yonko, yes, even Whitebeard at the beginning, showed hostility to Luffy, because that devil fruit is reminding them of their former captain, the captain that they hate. Could very well be that a reference. But I digress. I don't know. All I know is that it's just a bit annoying that Uda is dropping that ball now of all times. The grudge against Who's Who has against the Straw Pirates is nothing more based on petty arrogance. But two fights are getting serious now. Are we going to switch to the other now? Or when are we going to end Act 2 so that the Straw Pirates can win? Many gifters have switched side. Yes, it does seem that this fight is going in the Straw's favors. I like that, but that's precisely why I am terrified. Because a despair may just be around the corner. Give me your thoughts if you have any.